guys, so welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you my full workflow for creating this animate cool website and Terra inside Codex. I'm going to use the three GPT 5.6 model, so Luna for planning, Sol for building the website, and Terra for refining and polishing the final result, and create all the visual elements for you, such as 3D element, illustration, images, SVG, and many more, without leaving the same chat. So let's get started.
Alright, so if you don't want to learn all the full process on how I build everything from scratch, you can simply use the prompt link in the description of this video. And then paste it into Codex and select Sol, Medium, or High. And then it will generate the 3D scan for you. The result won't look exactly the same as mine because I did not include the original 3D asset. So instead, Sol will use Imagen to create a product visual from the prompt. Or you can grab the prompt directly from the template section inside aura.build, where you will find a lot of prompt and template. Then you can use it with any AI builder, Codex, or code, whatever you prefer. So throughout the process, I'm going to use all three GPT 5.6 model, and I'm going to explain why I'm using each one. So let's start with Luna. It's to help me develop the PRD, explain the product in more detail, and write a longer, clearer prompt. And then I'm going to use Sol for the main design generation because I want the strongest result for the structure, visual, and overall direction. And finally, I'm going to use Terra to refine the designs, fix smaller detail, and iterate faster. So the workflow is Luna for planning, Sol for creating, and Terra for refining. And then you have effort, which is how long the select model will think. So when you select, by example, light, medium, high, or extra high, it do not change the model. It control how much reasoning the choosing model perform before and during the task. I normally use medium or high. Medium is for most UI creation and everyday development, and the speed is balanced between fast and slow. And then you have high, the speed is more slower, but it's best to use for complex layout, animation, debugging, and visual accuracy. I recommend using extra high when you are building a large project, like a real production app, so the model spend more time reasoning. And then you have speed. By default is set to standard, which is the most efficient option for you usage and work great for most tasks. If you need result faster, you can switch to fast. It run about 1.5 time faster, but it also use more of your usage. So one thing to remember is that fast doesn't make the model smarter. It just gives Codex more compute so it can finish the same task sooner. So today we're going to start with the idea, and then we're going to develop the visual direction and refine everything step by step in the same chat. So the first thing I want to do is give the AI some context about what I'm trying to build. The idea actually came from summer in Montreal, or summer doesn't last very long. So I was sitting by the pool, enjoying a cocktail, and I was thinking about why not create a website ready to drink alcohol drink. And Spirit, it's one of my favorite drink for summer and vacations. So it's the starting point for the concept. So there are many different ways to build with AI. And I always try to show different approach. Other designer may also use completely different workflow. So there is not just one correct method. You can also go back and watch my previous video because my process is not always the same. I often share different technique, tip, and way to approach a project depending on the result I want to achieve. The easiest method is usually start with images or video, then adapt everything to your brand. You don't have to create a full PRD. You can just write your idea directly in the chat like I'm doing right now. I only do that when I want to reuse it later. For example, if I want to test the same concept with another AI model or another tool. Next, I need to be a bit more detailed. Normally, I ask GPT to help me write the prompt, but before it give me a super long prompt, I first explain in my own word what I want. Sometimes I type in French. So I want to focus on score driving, storytelling, and animation. And since I don't have a design.md, and honestly, I'm a little bit lazy to describe every single visual detail, I want to use the original Apiro website has inspiration. And I really like the orange and beige color palette. So I want GPT to create a design system based on that website. At this point, I don't have any images or video. I just want to see what it can come up with. I want it to take inspiration from Artworld style website, but with a strong priority on school interaction. I'm going to try adding different idea direction I want to explore. Maybe it won't look good or maybe it will. Let's see. One important thing to know is that Codex can generate visual assets directly within the project. For this website, I'm going to ask it to create a can with a transparent background and orange slice illustration. So more and a few other element. I already love the typography, the color, the 3D element, and for a first result without using any image or video reference. This is honestly a great starting point. So impress. You can already see the advantage of starting with the idea before jumping into a sort of wireframe. I love to call it wireframe because when I use images or video and AI create a structure, so I call it a wireframe. So when I have the wireframe and when I explain the brand, the product, and the overall direction, so when I first explain the brand, the product, and the overall direction, AI understand the project much better. It's not just copying a layout, but it's building around the actual concept. But if I start from an existing image, then I still have to adapt adapt everything after. So I have to change the color, the content, the product, the structure, and the overall. And sometimes that can actually be more work. And sometimes the inspiration that you take doesn't match with your brand. And also finding the right reference is not always easy either. Where I'm supposed to find a website with the exact same ready to drink can, brand style, and experience I have in mind. So that's why starting from the concept can be a better approach. So it gives the AI more freedom to create something that actually fit the brand. All right, so now it's time to refine everything. So I'm going to switch to Terra because it's very good for iteration and polishing. First, I don't really like the header navigation. So we're going to redesign it. And the can look very pretty good already. I'm gonna improve it. And also I like the orange, but I'm going to make it float from the top to add more movement. And also I want to add a unload animation to make the first impression more cool. And finally, I want to add a custom illustration that can fit the overall concept and make the landing page more complete because I always add images. Why not try illustration? So let's try it. So I'm not going to show you all the process I did because I spent much time to refine and I cannot record the full. I can spend 1 hour, 2 hour on this and I cannot record the full process. But this is how I work. And then at the end, when I'm done, I'm asked Codex to create a one-shot prompt for me. And then I can give you the prompt. And if we're going to enter that prompt, it's going to build it in one shot. So don't always believe on one shot prompt because the person behind the one shot prompt is someone that built it first.
So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you like it, enjoy it. See you in another video. Bye.